So at the time of recording, we've had about a month of FB06, roughly, just shy of a month. And I want to take this opportunity to kind of update the tier list. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, starting from set 5, I made a secret rare tier list. Simply which secret rares were the best at the current time for FB05. And I mentioned that I'm going to do this for every set and just keep updating it. So we're going to go through, do the whole tier list again, whilst adding the 2 new secret rares for FB06. How I'm kind of going to judge the tier for these secret rares is based on how much is being played in the current meta, how good is this card for like the top decks, or how good is the card at battling against the top decks, right? And obviously when I say top decks, I'm talking about Super Boo, Angel Q, you've got Broly's up there, Yellow Vegeta's up there, Jiren, those type of decks. So yeah, that's how we're kind of going to rate these. If you guys enjoyed the video, as always, leave a like, subscribe, share with a friend, and leave a comment about what you think about the tier list. But yeah, let's not waste too much time. Let's go into this. Now, we're going to start off with FB01, OG UI Goku, and Secret Rare Gohan. These cards are now like a year old, which is crazy. Goku, I'll put him C. I'll put him C. I could easily put him D actually, but for now, let's put him C. The card is not terrible. I'm not going to explain each of the cards. I did it for set 5. I'm deciding not to do it now. If you guys want to know what the cards do, obviously Fusion World has their own card database you can go and check out. I'll try and leave a link in the description below. So if you don't know what any of these cards do, you're more than happy to check out Fusion World's website and you can look up the card database for yourself. But yeah, UI Goku, now, at least in the ranks I play at, I don't see this card play at all. I don't see it. I mean, red as a color in general is not played much in the higher ranks. People aren't playing red. Notoriously, red has a bad matchup into blue decks. And then when we're talking about Super Boo, I mean, not many decks can beat Super Boo outside of Halo Q, I think. So yeah, it doesn't do well into that either. Green, especially now with Broly being out, green is kind of dominating red at the moment. I mean, some aggro decks can work, but you never really use this card in the aggro deck, right? Red aggro decks consist of like, I don't know, Super Saiyan Daimaku, and they will use Gloria, which is a much better card. And the people that do run red decks will not play this card. There's just better options you can do for 4 energy, whether you're playing Kefla into a 3-drop, or just playing a card that's going to help you actually control the board a lot better than this UI Goku can. So yeah, that's why he's going to be in C. Now, what actually I should do is look up the FB05 tier list, just for comparison. I'm actually going to move Gohan to B. Only one deck really uses Gohan. Like, a lot of them can, but only one is going to use Gohan, and that's Gohan himself, right? The leader Gohan, that is. Now that they have new cards that allow you to cheat this out on turn 5, rather than play this on turn 7, is good. It's really good. You know, it's a good way of clearing the board. Unfortunately, you kind of lose quite a few cards to do it, right? You're losing 1 energy for playing the 5-drop, and then you're just going to send that 5 cost to the drop to bring out this card, and then that's another card you've lost. And then the card needs to discard a card in order to board wipe, right? Obviously, if you're not going to board wipe, you don't have to discard the card, and then you can attack for the 50k. But yeah, if you are using the ability, you're practically losing 3 cards on that turn, which is a lot for a board wipe. But yeah, definitely better than it was previously, right? There was no other way to cheat this out. You just had to ramp to 7 and play this card. But now you can kind of ramp and play it on 5. It's actually not that bad. And at that point in the game, we're talking what? If you're going first and you ramp on turn 3 to 5 and then play the card on turn 4, you've got a 7-drop. That's pretty good for a turn 4 play. So yeah, we're going to leave it at B. Obviously, Gohan's not played much in the higher ranks, but relative to the deck that plays it, it is kind of instrumental for the deck now, especially with the new cards. So that's where we're going to leave it. FB02, Vegito and Frieza. Frieza, I believe in the last video I put him in A. I'm actually going to put him in B, ahead of Gohan, but I'm going to put him in B. I think his value has declined this set for a few reasons. First of all, the new Broly cards aren't affected by Frieza. In the past sets, Yellow's greatest way or greatest weapon against especially Green and their big drops at the end was Frieza, right? Even if Green were to play these, it will still come in rest mode and they can't attack with it. And they can just play another Frieza and kind of chain it that way. Now with the new Broly, especially the new 9-cost secret rare, which we'll get to later, their ability kind of neutralizes what Frieza is able to do. So because of that, Frieza has lost some value. Also, another great use for Frieza was against UI Goku, the FB05 secret rare UI Goku, which we'll get to as well. And now because red isn't really played anymore, you don't really see... People still play Jiren, and those Jiren decks may still run the secret rare, But from personal experience, I don't see many Jirans. Red in general isn't great, like I mentioned before. So yeah, all those things culminated together, I do think Frieza has lost a little bit of value. The card is still great. It is still a great card. If red becomes a bit more meta, its value could go up. As far as green is concerned, I don't see greens not running the 9-cost Broly, and if they are, this card isn't as good. Also, bear in mind, the top 2 decks is Super Buu and Angel Q. Angel Q doesn't run a lot of big cards. I mean, they don't need to, right? They'll probably play one finisher, but that's about it. And so majority of the cards that Halo Q wants to play, Frieza doesn't do anything against, more or less. And then against Super Buu, I mean, you're probably not going to keep Frieza in your hand that long because Super Buu is just going to make you keep discarding cards with the Babidi into Buhan. So holding on to a card that has 0 combo for like 6 turns doesn't feel feasible. So yeah, it has lost some value. It's still great. I still rank it higher than both Gohan and the UI Goku. Similar for Vegito. Again, I'm home just behind Frieza. Again, it's not a card I see played much anymore. Even amongst blue decks, I mean, the best blue decks don't play this Vegito. Diamond Vegeta doesn't play it. Halo Q doesn't play this card anymore. Maybe there's like some Vegito players or starter Vegeta players that might still play this card, but I highly doubt it. I mean, Diamond Vegeta and Halo Q are just better decks, and none of those need to play this card at all. So it has lost value, but again, similar to Frieza, it is better than these two. I do rank it slightly below Frieza, but yeah, it's still, if you have it and you don't have better options, it's still good to play. I just think now there's better options, especially when you look at the top decks. Diamond Vegeta has the 4-cost, which kind of does all the 5-cost, that kind of does the same thing, right? And the benefit is the 5-cost Vegeta for Diamond Vegeta actually draws you 3. So yeah, it's kind of been power crept a little bit, but it's still a good card. If you can use it, great. I just don't think it's as valuable as it used to. Moving on to FB03, Gohan D tier. This card was bad when it came out. It continues to be bad. I don't know what they could do to make this card usable. It came out at the same time as the Piccolo leader, and for what it does, it's just too slow of a card. You don't ramp with it the turn you play it. You have to spend 2 energy to ramp when you do play it, so you have to wait a turn and then spend 2 energy. But for example, if you play this on turn 2 and then ramp on turn 3, you're probably not going to play anything else after that. And it's a 2 energy card, very easy to remove for most decks. And then its late game effect by boosting your leader, again, probably not going to get there, right? If you're playing it in Piccolo, you need to get to 8 energy. Or to play in any green deck, you need to get to 8 energy. The best deck to do that is Androids. They're the best rampers in the game, but Androids have no use for this card, right? They're already a 30k on attack. Something like this is not going to do much. And they'll probably rather use that energy to play their big bodies or more Androids or, you know, something like that. So yeah, the card isn't really playable. I don't see decks using this. Even in the future, I don't think any decks want to play this. We'll see. Maybe some new leader comes out that makes use out of this card. But for now, it's not great. Next, we have Goku. I'm going to put Goku in A tier. This is still a valuable card in black decks that do play it. I think every black deck still plays 4 copies of this secret rare. Outside of maybe Baby. Baby, if you're playing the Machine Mutant package with the Rildos, maybe you don't play this card. But if you're playing the same package, you'll absolutely play this card. Gogeta will play it, GT Goku will play it, Bardock will probably play it as well. It's still a good card, usable in every black deck, functions very well in those decks, and yeah, just a great card overall. Vegito, 6-cost Vegito is going to go here. Again, not seen as much in blue decks. There's a new secret rare on the block that kind of covers what this Vegito will do, more or less, which we will get to. It's still a good card. In fact, I may even put it over... between the two, I don't know. We'll put it here for now. Yeah, still a good card. You don't really see it anymore in blue decks, and even if you do, they're only playing like one of. That's like a finisher, right? But again, there's better finishers at the moment. So yeah, it's gonna go in B. For UI Goku from set 4, I'm actually gonna put this in A. I think last video I put this in S rank. I think A is good. It has lost a bit of value now. Again, red is not played too much. And I think the few decks that do still play UI, probably like 2 copies. I don't think you run too many. Mainly because running into a bunch of 0Ks isn't great in this meta. Broly is around and Broly goes very fast. And if your hand is full of zeros, you're cooked, right? And 9-cost Broly can literally just wipe this UI. Even though you do protect your leader, it just won't, the 9-cost Broly just won't swing. And there's no way for red to get rid of 9-cost Broly, I don't think. I don't think you can minus it enough and then use, what's it called? God Kamehameha as well. I don't think it's even possible. At least I haven't seen that happen, so yeah. The existence of Broly has kind of weakened red in general and this card. Don't get me wrong, this card is still amazing. Every red deck probably would run this card outside of maybe Super Saiyan Daimaku, right? It's still a great deck. What it does, its functionality is amazing, right? You can more or less clear a board whilst protecting your life. And also when you compare it to the best 2 decks in the format, at least against Super Buu, this card isn't that useful. It was played back in set 5, but even then, it was still tough to beat Super Buu. Against Angel Coup, it was actually not too bad because you can always clear the 1-drops consistently every turn. It cleared Videl every turn. So if you're able to get to 6 energy and just keep clearing their board, it was actually quite good. But yeah, against Super Buu, wasn't great. And now with the existence of Broly, has another bad matchup for this card. So yeah, great card. Still going to be A rank, probably the top of A, we'll see. Next we have Frieza. Frieza is... I'm actually going to put it higher than UI, to be honest. I'm going to keep it at A for now. Frieza's an incredibly good card as well. Can clear most cards on the board as long as it's in rest mode, which obviously in yellow isn't difficult, right? Obviously it's a barrier card, which is just, you can't remove it as of yet. There's no way to remove barriers. And so until that happens, I think any barrier cards are going to have quite high value. But yeah, not much to say about this card. It's just a great card. Super Buu still uses it. Obviously, this is like the vital card for the Jiren matchup. And yeah, it's just a 30k you get to keep swinging with for multiple turns. Goku. A as well. Do I put him higher than Frieza? I think these two can be interchangeable, honestly. We'll put him here for now. Similar to like UI, a lot of green decks can use it. In fact, technically every green deck can use it. Yeah, I think it's usable in every green deck. You'll probably run 2 copies max, unless you're playing Namegoku, which might run 3. Maybe. But on average, probably like 2. Maybe some decks run the single copy. It's just a really strong finisher. When the game is drawn out and you're low on life and you need to go all in, this is the card you're going to use to do it. It only costs 3, and so you're able to dump a lot of cards on top of it. All the top, at least for now, all the top green decks are using this card, right? Broly uses this card. Androids definitely probably... do the Androids use this card? You can definitely argue that the Androids use like 1 copy of this card. Obviously, Namegoku would use it. If you're running Saiyan Saga Vegeta, you'll probably run like 1 copy of this card. You can even bring it out with the 5-cost Gohan as well, which is pretty good. Speaking of Gohan, the Gohan lead, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, will definitely play this card. It's just a good overall generic finisher. It's one of the better finishers that Green has. And the fact that you can play it for 3 energy is just even bigger bonus. But yeah, I think you can argue between these two which one's better. Personally, again, personal bias, I'm putting Namegoku at the top. Kid Goku. It's definitely, well, it's kind of in the same boat as like Goku. I actually think I want to put this in S. I think I'm putting Kid Goku in S. This has become like the new best finisher for blue decks. I think most Angel Coup decks are now using this as their finisher. Diamond Vegeta's using this. Obviously World Tournament, Kid Goku definitely uses this. It's the strongest finisher that blue has access to. You play it for 5. Like most double strikers, you play it for 5. It's like a 35k swing. But the fact that its ability allows you to double up on extra cards that you use on it. If you're going to use Gallic Gun with this, you're going to boost it by 30k and then you're going to draw 2. Scissors Paper Rock, you're adding 50k and then drawing 2. Even something like Final Hope Slash, which a lot of blue decks are running as well. Just having that boosts this card up by 40k. So on average, when you play this card and you're looking to end the game, just with 1 extra card added to it, at worst, you're looking at 65k for 5 energy on a double strike before you've added any other cards on top of it. And most of the time, the extra card you're going to use with it is going to draw you more cards. I don't think that there's ever a time, if you play it right, I don't think there's ever a time where this card doesn't swing for a minimum of 100k. Minimum. So yeah, it's going to go S rank. I think as a final card to end the game as a finisher, this is probably the best finisher in the game. In terms of the amount of power it can go for when it is time to actually finish and close out a game, I think this is the best one in Fusion World. Finally, we have Big Boy Broly. I'm sure a lot of you will probably guess that this guy is going into the S rank. This card is crazy. When you play it, you're going to heal 1, regardless of what life you're at. you're more or less going to wipe out the entire board. Outside of 1-drops, obviously. It has a base 55k swing, which is huge. Like the biggest base attack in the game belongs to this Broly. The next one below it is 50k. Like Gohan's a 50k swing. Obviously, it does have its holes, so to speak. I mean, it can't get rid of 1-drops, right? Unfortunately, Halo Q is one of the best decks in the format, if not the best. And so against Halo Q specifically, this card isn't great. Against Buu though, if you can get this out, it's not bad. You definitely wipe the board. It's just that green in general has more problems. It's a good card against yellow, but green has more problems when dealing with Super Buu specifically. And mainly to do with the fact that you can't hold a hand size. I mentioned before, but this card isn't affected by Frieza, which is why it's up here. If Frieza could stop this card, it'll probably be A. I mean, to be fair, I would have moved Frieza up if this could stop Broly. I'm actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, a lot of decks can use this card. The most notable ones, obviously Broly. You've got Androids, which I actually made a video one not too long ago, using like 4 copies of Broly and just playing it back to back to back, similar to how you used to play UI Goku in FB05. What other decks can use this card? Piccolo could technically use it if you wanted to. Don't think it's as good in Piccolo, but you could. Gohan could, Z Broly could. Obviously those decks you don't really play anymore. But yeah, in fact, you know what? As much as I want to put this as a number 1 card, I'm actually going to move it below Childhood Goku. Although, I'm just kind of thinking about this now as I go through this video, but Broly has, I think, better utility. Obviously, you get the board wipe, you get the heal, does have the double strike, which is great. But I think, obviously, Kid Goku, I think, is a better finisher. Also, Kid Goku has better general use, as in, there are more blue decks that can play Kid Goku than there are green decks that can play Broly. Effectively, like at their best, right? If you take blue, for example, Halo Q can use this extremely well. Diamond Vegeta can use this extremely well. Obviously, World Tournament Kid Goku. Starter Vegeta could use this very well. Damn it, Trunks could probably use this card very well as well. Vegito could probably use this card as well. Yeah, there are many blue decks where this card is viable in and can still perform at its best. As for Broly, the only 2 decks I believe that can use this card at its best is Broly and Androids. Namegoku can't use this. Gohan could use this card, but you also run the risk of like destroying the board that you create. Gohan likes to build like a lot of 3-cost blockers and stuff to defend itself. I mean, if there's no other cards in the field, then great, but if there are, then you want to probably hold off on playing Broly. Whereas with Super Broly, there's never really cards in the field, like you don't care. You're going to trade your 8 costs to bring it out anyway. So whatever else is on the field is consequential. They're going to go anyway. It's only going to be 1-drops, which this card doesn't affect. And then the Androids, you never really have a board of Androids on the field because you're so busy defending yourself so that you can get Broly onto the field in the first place. So yeah, I think those 2 decks can use this without any drawback, pretty much. But that's about it. Whereas Kid Goku, many decks can use it. So I think this is how I want this to be. Although I would like to put Broly in the number 1, I think in general, Kid Goku is actually a better secret rare. Currently, at least as a meta stands today, in terms of its functionality and its use across multiple decks, I'll give the edge to Kid Goku. But yeah, that is it for this tier list. I'm just looking over it again to see if I want to change anything. No, I don't think so. I think I like how this looks. What I want to quickly do, I want to go back to the FB05 video I made, and then I want to check that list and compare it to this one. So let me quickly cut over to there. Okay, so I found the video I made. So this was, let's pause it. This was the FB05 tier list, which, okay, yeah. The only surprise here is that I put Gohan over UI. They're either on the same tier, but Gohan is definitely at the bottom. But outside of that, yeah, I kind of like how my new list is now. These 2 definitely lost a little bit of value, and they're more aligned with Vegito. Gohan got a small buff. UI definitely lost a bit of value. Yeah. It's kind of consistent with how I ranked the last set. Looks good. Okay. So yeah, this is our tier list for the FB06 secret rares. Let me know what you guys think. What did I get right? What do you agree with? What do you think I got horribly wrong? Any comments, any questions, concerns, let me know in the comments below. I want to know what you guys think. Obviously, try and be respectful as much as possible, but I do value you guys' opinion on it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Peace.